I was doing some vacuuming the other day and I noticed that my vacuum cleaner sounded terrible, and it also just wasn't sucking with the same power that it normally sucks with. Newsflash, it was this filthy filter that was causing all the issues in my vacuum. The Miele Blizzard CX1 Excellence Power Line. Like any responsible owner of expensive equipment, one goes to the manual and gives it a quick old read. So I've gotten this little table out and I put some newspapers down, the drop sheet, something like that. Obviously, this is going to be a dirty job. So the filter and everything is in behind the dust canister. First of all, I need to remove the dust canister. And by doing that, I'm just going to lift it up like that. First of all, we're going to empty this. And I've got a rubbish bin just here. Pressing that button there and giving it a little tap out. Now, this particular machine has a pre-filter, and that's inside the canister here, and that's this bit here. Okay, so the pre-filter has been doing its job, as you can tell. So this will be all rinsed and cleaned, and I'll show you how I do that shortly. This particular machine actually has this filter frame within inside the dust canister. And that filter frame does get very dirty in appearance very quickly. It seems to just collate all the fine dust, and you'll find that sort of triangular bit just sort of tends to stand out once you've used it. But anyway, you can actually remove it and clean it. All you have to do is open it up here, and then if you put your finger here, there's this little sort of bit that you can grip onto like that. That then slides out. The manual says just give it a rinse, don't use any dishwashing detergent or anything, just rinse it in cool water. You can see it's got this sort of a fine soft mesh here that you have to be careful that you don't break. And you can clean or wipe out all that in there and then just lodge it back into place. When you are cleaning the bits of the vacuum cleaner, you do not want to use any harsh chemicals, because the harsh chemicals could actually make the plastics brittle and more prone to cracking. The same applies for drying it. You don't want to put all these bits and pieces out into the sun, because the sun might make the plastics brittle and more prone to cracking. So the manual just says when you're cleaning it to rinse everything out in cool water. Just as simple as that, and then allow plenty of time for it to actually dry. You're going to clean these things, you're going to leave them for a solid day or two to be thoroughly dry before you put everything back and start using your machine again. Now here is the filter in here, and I'm going to take that out. I pulled it towards me like that, and that's immediately unlocked it. And there it is there. And the filter actually comes with instructions there. So currently it's in the lock position. I'm going to unlock that, and then I'm just going to wiggle it up. Whoa. And you can see it's pretty darn dirty. Oh my God, it's absolutely caked on. No wonder my poor vacuum cleaner sounded like it was struggling. There's actually a whole heap of dirt in here. Now it's time to go give everything a rinse. I've got some wet rags here. I save all old towels and old t-shirts and things like that, cut them up into rags, and then I use them for jobs that are really dirty where I don't really want to rinse out the cloth. I'll just dispose of it.
Start on the cleaner parts on the outside, then work to the dirtier parts.
We're going to head off to the laundry now, and I'm going to clean those bits. Get excited. I'm just going to start with the smallest bit, the pre-filter first. And I'm just very gently touching that there to get those layers of dust off. Obviously, you've got to be gentle because you don't want to pierce it or break it or push it out of shape or anything like that. One down. Now this thing, obviously I've got to open it up. And it's filthy. Be slow and gentle at this point because you don't want to break anything. You just got to take things carefully. Just give your vacuum cleaner a little bit of love that it deserves. So I've given it a bit of a clean, and now just to pop it back, open it back up, click out, and click back in. And now for the actual filter. So I'm going to take that back off again, unlocking. Now remember, caked on dirt. I'll just put that over there first. Oh golly. It really is dirty. Here we go. This is the worst part of it. And as I said, this is the lungs of my vacuum cleaner. And they're in a very sorry state. Okay, here goes. Excuse the state of my sink. In my house, I've done a lot of painting inside and outside of the house. And so I've kind of sacrificed this laundry sink because I know we'll just eventually replace it. So it does have paint splodges over it that I can't get off, but that's okay. It's a well-used laundry sink and that's what it's there for. Oh golly. This is like coming off in chunks. Using the very empty tip of the glove to sort of agitate it ever so mildly. But I don't want to damage it, so I'm being incredibly gentle. Oh golly. Of course, if you're smart, you'll clean your vacuum cleaner before it gets to this stage. It's taken me a while. That's because the dirt was severely caked on, as you saw, and I'd left it way too long. You know, I should have cleaned the filter a long time ago. That was obvious, I hope. Now, I just want to say, this is what I have chosen to do for this filter. This is not in the manual. As I said before, the manual just says to rinse the filter like this. But the dirt was so caked on, it's not all coming off and it's really stuck in some of those crevices. So what I've chosen to do is to get this wooden fork ever so carefully, very gently into the crevices to try and get some of that dirt up. And it's getting there. I'm really using no force at all because I don't want to break the filter. The filter is like a fabric type filter, sort of a fabricy, plasticky type thing. done the absolute best that I can here. It's a lot better. It's not perfect. And I was very, very gentle cleaning it. That's going to sit here to dry. And then we'll put it all back together again in a couple of days' time. But before I leave here, of course, I'm going to give this a clean because it's such a dirty job. And now we wait for everything to be thoroughly dried, which will take a day or two, depending on the weather, before putting everything back into place. Of course, as I said before, you do not want anything to be damp, because if it does, it's going to suck up water and it's going to kill that motor. Water and electric motors, not a good mix. Need to put the pre-filter back into place as well, so that's nice and clean. Pushing it down, matching that little arrow into the unlock position. So we're just securing it into place first, and then just clicking it, turning it to the right to the lock position. And then that's in place and ready to go back. So I'm just inserting that same way when I took it out. Remember, we clicked it that way when we took it out. So I'm putting it back into place that way. And then clicking it into place like that. Once again, pulling it out, bringing it over to the right, clicking it back into place like that. And then let's quickly pop it on and see how great it sounds. There you have it. A machine like new again. So all it takes is cleaning those filters. It makes a big difference to the performance of the vacuum cleaner and the longevity of a vacuum cleaner. I hope that inspires you to wash the filters in your vacuum cleaner, or at least get out that manual and have a good look as to what's happening for your machine. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.